Aging, hormones, and weight changes, they can all cause cellulite, but although you may not be able to control these factors, you can control how you treat it. Joining us with more on Dermique's Cellulaze procedure is patient consultant Kelly Ivy-Subak from Dermique in Feeding Hills. Kelly, I love having you here.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Now, we're talking about Cellulaze, but before we talk about that specific procedure, let's just talk about how you don't have to live with those things that drive you nuts.
I hear it every single day, and it's usually small comments of every time I put this outfit on, I don't like the way my stomach looks, or I don't use a bathing suit anymore, I just sit on the side of the beach. And so many people, men and women, spend all of this time and energy worrying about these things about themselves that bother them. So I really encourage people to take control of these situations. Come talk to me. Find out the small changes that we can make so it's no longer part of your consciousness. You're never thinking about it, and you can kind of like free up all that brain power that you're wasting on these things that really bother you.
It's so true, and it's not for anyone else but yourself.
It's exactly who it's for.
You feel good in your own skin, and you feel good about the way you look. Now, you offer many different procedures, and people can come in and talk to you about what would suit them best.
Absolutely. No pressure. This is not a sales pitch. This is education, allowing you the options to understand what is currently available in this state-of-the-art world that we live in, because things are changing and progressing so quickly that you kind of have to get educated on what's best for you. So I want people to be able to come in and make an educated decision about what they're going to do moving forward.
Now, your office, it's not like a doctor's office. It's more like a spa.
It's more like a spa, but only doing medical things, because we want people to feel comfortable and, you know, relaxed and elegant. So we don't want them to feel like they're in a doctor's stuff office. No,
it's very comfortable, and it does feel like you're getting away for an hour or however the length of time is to treat yourself.
Yes,
Let's
exactly.
talk about Cellulaze. Now, Cellulaze treats cellulite, which is something that many of us have, whether you say you don't or you do. I mean, you have it, and it drives you nuts.
It is women only, unfortunately, because it is 100% hormonally driven, and it is when the little bands that hold our skin to our muscle are called collagen septi, and when they're exposed to estrogen, they become shortened and brittle. So they get pulled down, we get a little dimple, fat's got to go somewhere, so it pops up. So then we get that dimple and bubble kind of thing going on. It has nothing to do with age. It has nothing to do with what you eat, how you exercise. It is just being a woman, unfortunately.
Yes. So it's one of those things that you, like I said earlier, you can't really control. There are things that we can't control, and it happens to us, but you can control how you treat it.
Absolutely. And there are many, many, many non-invasive temporary solutions, but again, they are temporary. You may smooth it out a little bit, but as soon as that's exposed to estrogen again, it's going to come back. Cellulaze is one of the only procedures available that causes a permanent reduction in it. It is done with a tiny, tiny nick in the skin. You are awake, you're relaxed. It's in our office during the weekend. You don't have to miss out on any time at work. Dr. Swarzeski goes in with a tiny, tiny radio frequency tube, and he cuts those bands. He tightens the skin from underneath, and it does melt a little bit of the fat in that area. A little Band-Aid on it. You wear your Spanx for a couple of weeks, and voila, it's amazing.
And now is a good time to do that, I would think, because it's the summertime when people are very self-conscious about those kinds of things. And you want to feel good, especially if you're going on vacation, so you get that done. And then you know that for the rest of your life, you don't have to be so self-conscious about that.
I always get the phone calls in, you know, late spring, and I'm going on vacation next week. Well, then it's a little too late. So while we're all here bundled up in layers of clothes, get it done so you're completely healed and ready to go on that great vacation this summertime.
Now, the way that people can learn more, of course, you are on Mass Appeal and you talk about these procedures, but if it's something that you want to learn more about, find out how much it will cost. No pressure, you don't have to do it, but you have different ways to do that. People can come and meet with you one-on-one, and a lot of times you have different speaking events where people can go and listen to learn more.
The last Wednesday of every month, Dr. Swarzeski does a talk in our office. It's at 6 p.m. We are having it, weather permitting, this week at 6 p.m. in our office at 1154 Springfield Street in Feeding Hills. And he's just going to go over pretty much everything that we do. And then if you have individual questions, he's there, I'm there, we can answer those for you, just so you really know what's going on and what's available.
I think a lot of people kind of get intimidated. You know, they're not sure, you know, they don't know how much it's going to cost them, but it doesn't cost you anything to go and find out more.
Absolutely not. Come in, have a cocktail, some hors d'oeuvres, learn a little something, and then enjoy your evening.
And this lady rocks. She's wonderful. So Kelly, we love having you
Thank
here.
you.
You're awesome, and you're so easy to talk to. So you can talk to Kelly, and for more information, call 413-786-3376. You can also visit Dermique.com.